Hello YouTube, CGL's New Jersey Collectibles here. I'm here with Dad. It's hot and early on a Saturday morning, and fortunately we will not be outside at the flea market because the flea market is closed this week. Instead we'll be inside, hopefully in a nice air-conditioned room at the RAH-C0N comic book convention in Rahway, New Jersey. That's where we're heading, and yeah, we're hoping for some good buys and hopefully find some good deals. See you guys there.
How's it going?
Good.
So this is the first table we hit for the day. I start here in the back towards the X-Men section, and right away I see a lot of nice Bronze Age X-Men books. He has them kind of reasonably priced. They're priced between $25 and $40 for most of these. The one thing that's holding me back on pulling the trigger on a lot of these books is condition. It doesn't look that great, right? As soon as I pull it out, I can see some cover wear and some spine ticking on all these books, and these are books that, if he was asking more like $10 to $20, like yeah, you guys, I'd buy those up. But he was asking, a little bit high for the condition of these books, so I passed on those. Keep in mind, we just get to the show too, so I'm not trying to pull the trigger on any big item right now. But then I pull out this book right here, First Appearance Caliban, and this is a book that I picked up previously at another show for $10. That one was really, really nice. It's like a near mint copy. This one's not quite as nice, but for $4, I think that's a really good book. And just keep scrolling through these X-Men books, and coming up here I see that he has an X-Men book marked First Appearance Corsair, which I don't believe that's correct. I don't believe that this book is First Appearance Corsair, so I'm just keeping my eye out for anything. I'm not really trusting these labels as much, and just keeping an eye out for anything I like.
I saw when they first said they were finishing these,
you have to like,
you had to accept it.
Yeah, you have to accept it. So like the kids on their like profile, they can't buy it. Yeah, I gave them a couple. They're not gonna like figure it out. Yeah, they only go like they go down one step and it's like all right there.
When they start watching it, doesn't scan it.
Yeah.
Oh, and coming out new. I'm more excited than
I know, I'm more excited than there. Yeah.
You wanted me to download 5 more episodes?
Yeah, I'm more excited than there.
Some people. Hard to give up. Adam was doing that later.
Good times. I want to look at this because I want to see if we are. Yeah, I want to see if we're on there.
And then after I go through the X-Men section, I come over here to the Amazing Spider-Man section, and, right away I just start finding reasonably priced Bronze Age Spider-Man books. And when I say reasonably priced, I mean under $10, because that's kind of where I got to be on a lot of these. You go to a lot of shows, I go see a lot of vendors, they have really nice books, but everybody's like $15 and up, $20 and up on a lot of these Bronze Age Spider-Man books. This guy's having them like these Mysterio covers right here for $5 a piece. If I buy in bulk, I'm going to get a little bit of a discount off of them, so I'm going to end up getting them for like $3 and change, or maybe $4 max. I'll take that all day long. These are really nice books, and at other shows, it's tough to see. Now, I am looking at this Madam Web here, first appearance. He hasn't marked it $75, and I'm thinking to myself that that's not a bad price. But like I said previously, it's early in the show. This is the first table we stop at, and Dad and I are looking to, we're looking to see the whole show before we go ahead and pull the trigger on any one big particular item. But it is something to keep in mind as we go throughout the show. And I, like right here, I just keep finding more decently priced Spider-Man books, so I just keep pulling them out.
Yeah, I didn't see what they had. Yeah, like they had, there was like a menu. I didn't really look at it, but there was something on there. Yeah, it's on time yet. There's still a bagel in somewhere.
I had one on my way.
Fancy man.
He's very good. He's like very good. How are we doing today? We'll give you all for free.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. And then
57, 5,
so
62.
50. Yeah, 50.
Want to do 50? That's fair. You have a 10? Thanks, guys.
You want a bag? Want an
Yes,
illegal
please.
plastic bag?
Please, please.
Yeah, I know. We're playing a dangerous game here.
Don't tell them you got it here. There you go. Thanks a lot.
Hey, nice to meet you.
How's it going?
And why? And when? Who am I? I saw you on YouTube. You're CGI.
CGL.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
I saw. Oh, he's gonna be here. I want to say hello.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Andrew.
Andrew, nice to meet you. My name is Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you. Find anything good today?
Well, I look for different stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah, very cool.
just different.
Very cool. Awesome.
But I looked around. He's got some nice stuff over here.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Some nice Silverage stuff. You might want to
Awesome,
check
awesome. Yeah, I mean, we're finding pretty good deals already, so awesome.
out. Good luck.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Thank you so much. You too.
Cheese black and they're both in rough shape. Yeah, they're rough. The only thing I saw that was exciting. That's pretty cool.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
What is it?
CGL's New Jersey Collectibles. It's kind of a long name.
You have an Instagram?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's CGL NJ Collectibles.
CGO?
Yep.
CGL?
Yep.
Is it Hulk?
Hulk picture, yeah. That's it.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris?
What was it?
Evan.
Evan. You have some killer books, man.
Thank you.
I think I bought something off of Evan or Clifton, maybe?
I recognize you from. I into Clifton. King Kong?
King Kong, that's what
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
probably King Kong. That was a good show.
Yeah, that was really good.
Just curious, the Avengers here, the first appearance Rogue. Just curious what you had on that.
I have a lot. I paid a lot. I have lottery stuff just to move it. I'd like to get what I paid. I paid $130.
It's a really nice copy.
I thought it was, the guy said it was higher grade. I think it was a YouTube, but that's the other thing. YouTube graders are not good. They're not good graders.
The what?
The people who sell on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't
And just
remember.
also the Spider-Man Never Step on a Scorpion. What did you have on that?
This one?
Yeah.
I have a lot. I have a lot of raps. 115.
115.
I think it's about 2 or 3.
It's not often I will pull Silverage Spider-Man books off of walls, but this one's reasonably priced. It does look really nice. It presents well, and it's something to think about as the show goes on.
I didn't have it.
That's not bad. I'll keep them both in mind. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Let's hit everybody's.
A lot of Silverage DC in here.
I have a few. I have 250. How much is that on that? 300?
This is $1.
Actually, the kid Evan is a pretty decent grader. That's where I got the 2 Tales to Astonish. I guess he got them at a good price and he was willing to negotiate.
What 2 Tales of Astonish?
All right. I bought those 2 books from King Kong. That's why I bought
I don't know what you're talking about, though.
them. I don't think you got the whole thing on the video.
If you want to do that, how much? Yeah, so basically I gave you this one. Okay, 55. Yeah. Let me get you a bag. No, I got a bag. Yeah. One for the sensation. Wonder Woman. that. You just got that in. It's okay.
I believe we got $7 books there. You have a 5 or I don't have oh no, I got a 5. There you go. There you go. Thank you. Thanks.
I like the movie. It's all the guest appearances.
Oh, it's a great cast.
Are in it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
All these famous people.
Just some great scenes too. Just some iconic
My
moments.
favorite scene is when Jonathan Winters is wrecked in the gas station.
Yeah, that's a good,
It's the funniest.
that's a good one.
Funniest thing.
We're just gonna do the one.
All right.
Find any other.
So this vendor is having a half off deal, everything that he has, kind of all the prices he has written on the bags, which is an interesting way to price books. I can't say I've ever seen anybody do that. To me, it kind of distracts a little bit from the presentation to write right on the bag, but it's not on the book, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But he's having a half off sale, so everything that's marked on the bag is half price. I go through a couple boxes. I don't really find anything other than the Mad World record that I really did like. It's a really nice record, and he wanted $10 for that. I go through the X-Men section. I go through some other boxes too, but just not not a lot of stuff that really grabs my attention. But Dad's having a field day in here, picking out vintage DC books. He's finding some Silver Age, a lot of Bronze Age, and at half price, he's having a good time. To be honest, I'm still just thinking about this Spider-Man 29. It's in the back of my head, and it's at this point in the show, after we've gone through everybody else's tables, we've seen everybody else's stuff. The only thing I can really think about is, can I make a decent offer on this Spider-Man book to where I can get it at a price that works for me, a price that I want to pay for it.
Can I check the Spider-Man 29 one more time?
Thank you.
No problem. You can take it out.
You don't mind if I take it out? So I'm back to see the Spider-Man 29. A couple things going through my mind as I'm looking through this book. One thing is just that the condition of it does not bother me because the book presents really well. So it's not, it's a, like he said, it's a 2.0, it's a 3.0, it's somewhere in that range. But it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look like, you know, there's nothing torn, there's no rips, no tears. There's no writing, there's no scribbling on the cover or on the inside pages. It's a really, really nice low-grade copy, so I like that. The other thing that I like, because it's low-grade, I like that I can flip through it. I like that it's a raw book. If it's a high, if it's a 9.0 or 9.2, yeah, I want to get that thing sealed up. But because this is a low-grade copy, I want to be able to look at it. I want to be able to read it. I want to be able to feel it. So that's really awesome. You know, this is it's great. This is Silverage Spider-Man. This is Stan Lee. This is Steve Ditko. It's Scorpion, great villain. For me, I just want to make a fair offer to this kid and see if he'll take it, and he does. 115.
I'm shocked. People are buying smart. They're buying smarter. Not more, smarter. There you go.
Just curious if you would consider a $90 offer. Take it?
Do you have exact change, PayPal?
I have 50 cash on me. Do you have
I
cash?
can do PayPal too. Doesn't matter.
You have 40?
I just don't.
We can give you
I don't know
cash.
change. That was very easy.
There's 80.
Scrounge it. Get the quarters out.
There's
Local
90.
here? You guys local to here?
We're like a half hour away, yeah.
Okay. King Kong, Super Jersey. There's a Tom's River show that's good too.
Oh, yeah? Tom's
One in
River.
2 weeks. And they do one, I think it's in September or something.
Yeah? You're going to be at King Kong 3, though? We'll definitely be there.
Great people.
Tom's River's a bit of a drive for us.
It's far. I'm gonna try to get to the Wayne one in September.
The Wayne one is good. That's close to us. That's closer for us.
That's sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Evan, thank you.
Thank you.
Outer Rim.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's going on? How are you?
How you been?
Good, good, good. What do you got? Star Wars stuff?
We got everything. We got vintage Star Wars. We got Marvel Legends. Star Wars on the table there. Black Series. DC
Wow.
down the other side. Pops.
Amazing.
How are you? Come on in. Let's take a
Casino J, that's me. CGL is the man with the master plan, sir.
How's it
It's a
going?
pleasure to finally meet you. Live here,
like you knew.
We're not live, but we're gonna make a video out of it.
So,
We're gonna make a video.
This is one of the YouTube channels that I subscribe to, and we were talks about it. He also sells at the Meadowlands Arena that we got to do one time.
Nice.
That's a good flea. It's a good flea market. Yeah, it's really good.
So hopefully one time we can do it. But it's a pleasure to meet you.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
He's got great videos.
He came in. He knew who we were right away.
Outer Collectibles, yes sir.
I saw the sign. I was like, there's the guys.
If you want to do something for your channel, just
We're
let
gonna do
us
something
know.
together, man. We're gonna do something together.
Awesome. Just curious what you have on these figures here. These newer ones.
They're 12 each.
12 each. Okay.
Casino J. Yes sir. Nice to meet
These
you.
2 rows are 15. All the retro stuff is 35.
Right
Hulk
now,
is 45.
either Reggie,
Okay. These are cool. Like, that's sick.
Yeah,
Never seen
pretty
that.
hard too.
Yeah, it's got to be. That's a big figure.
Feel this one?
Jesus. Oh my God. That's heavy. That's a big boy.
have some exclusives, some chasers.
How you doing?
You have a 20 on you, right?
A whole bunch of something you guys really don't like over there with the comic books.
Oh yeah. We had a field day in there.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Awesome, yeah. These guys are huge comic book fans. I mean, gurus, this guy.
Yeah. This is probably the only action figure table you're going to see, because everything else.
Yeah.
No, yes, this is great.
Yeah. No one else has it here today.
I mean, there's some vintage loose stuff around, but.
All right. I score on our middle game. We make a character based on you. All right, Jared, get on there.
Can I grab this guy for 12? We'll do that. Dad, you have a 10 or a 20 on you by any chance? I only got singles. Yeah. Just give me 10 back. Thank you. Thanks so much.
No problem, anytime.
Oh, Black Spider.
It's Venom. Venom.
Well, I don't know if you checked out the website yet, but if you have, I would appreciate your feedback.
We'll do. We'll do. Yeah, we'll check that out.
I mean, I built it myself. I didn't have a designer do it, so I might be having somebody like design it for mobile better. But
Awesome.
you know, I appreciate your feedback. On
Yeah,
how
we'll
it looks,
yeah,
how
we'll
it
check it out.
displays.
We'll
On
check
the
it out.
desktop, on the desktop, it looks perfect. But on the mobile,
For some reason,
it doesn't come across the same way. So
Right. I've run into that problem myself with, certain things.
I need to get some expertise for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
Hey, it's
Thanks,
a pleasure to
guys.
meet you. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for your support. Really
it.
appreciate it.
Casino J, Dominic, I don't collect the
Awesome. Got to look at the sign real quick.
That's the man right there. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so back at the house. I'm really excited to make this recap video because we got so much great stuff and a nice wide variety of stuff also. We just got back from Rahway, New Jersey, from RAH-C0N. Small show, not a lot of vendors. They definitely had a lot of unutilized space at the show. So, I mean, hey, for guys that are comic book sellers, anybody looking to set up a table, maybe next time the Rahway show comes around, see if you can negotiate a table spot, because they had a lot of empty space there. They did have a lot of people that were like artist setups and everything like that, and considering that it was a small show, it was nice to see a nice variety of stuff. I'll just get right into it. I think we got a lot of good deals. I believe all these comics came from the first two guys that we bought from. As soon as we walked through the door, they were the first booth that we stopped at, and they just had a lot of well-priced stuff, in my opinion. God, I can't even though it just happened, we were literally just there, I can't remember what we paid for this, because we had so many numbers getting thrown at us today from so many different angles, so I can't even remember what we paid. I want to say 50 bucks, maybe 55. You guys can go back in the video and check it out. I can tell you these, I believe, were all dollar comics, and they kind of threw those in for free. So I'll just take that little stack and move it up here. Nothing really too spectacular in there, but here was some good stuff. So X-Men 159, a lot of people don't know that's it's a Dracula appearance. X-Men 251, nice Wolverine cover. 167. Here's an X-Men 148. We just bought a really nice copy of this at the show in Old Bridge for $10, but for $4. It's a first appearance Caliban, so and an early Dazzler appearance, so you know, for $4 I'll buy that all day. First appearance Dr. Hamilton as Green Goblin. Amazing Spider-Man 176. Does have a little bit of spine wear here, but other than that, I think it's a really nice book. And you guys know me, if I see $5 Bronze Age Spider-Mans like this, like Mysterio covers and everything like that, I'm gonna buy them. So we got 198 and 199. More Juggernaut. We just literally bought the same two books at the Old Bridge show for the same price, 5 and 3. So more Juggernaut books. This was one of the better deals of the day for me. Was Spider-Man 363 for $3. It's the third appearance of Carnage. Nice Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde cover, Spider-Man 232. Amazing Spider-Man 364, nice Shocker. This one, guys, you guys are gonna laugh at me. You guys are gonna think I'm stupid. The only reason I bought this book for $2 was because I saw this 40-cent price sticker, and I wasn't sure if it was a price variant, so I was like, for $2 I'm gonna take the risk. If this is like some rare 40-cent variant or anything like that, it's probably nothing. It's probably a nice little $2 book. But that was what was running through my mind as I was flipping through it. I was like, here's a 40-cent sticker. It looks different than all the other ones. Let me just buy this one just in case. Fantastic Four, 206, nice scrolls. These are some of the books that Dad picked out. Nice Flash cover. There's more Flash. I really like this. Superman and the Legion of Superheroes, 43, nice Mongol cover, and an Iron Man 102. So I think this whole stack plus the dollar books, I think I forgot what the price was. You guys can go back in the video and check if it was like 50 or 60 bucks for everything like that. It was a really good deal, because the sticker prices alone are reasonably priced, especially on some of these Spider-Man books and these X-Men books, and everything else that we got. But then they took more off, so that was a really, really good deal. Next is this kind of small, uninteresting stack of just dollar books that we were able to find. This guy got to stand up. Richie Rich, Jackie Joker. It's, you know, it's beat up. These are all dollar books. This guy pretty much had either really crappy stuff like this stuff for $1, or he had really nice stuff. There was not a lot of in between. This Thor book is all bent up, but for $1. And then he had all these Spider-Man books for $1. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just grab them. Nice Jesus cover. Spectacular Spider-Man, Rhino. Spectacular Spider-Man, nice black suit. Puma's Rage. And this one for $1. I mean, it's in rough shape, but Amazing Spider-Man 203, another early Dazzler appearance, so super cool. And then we got these. I'm pretty sure these all came from the same guy, but now that I'm looking at it, they might not have. I'm not 100% sure. This is the guy that we bought. He had everything in long boxes, and everything was marked half off of what he had written on it. So I do not think that these Iron Man books actually came from him. I'm not sure. Like I said, we bought from so many vendors today that I can't keep track. So everything that he had writing on it like this, so I'm assuming those Iron Man books were not his. But for $50, we got this whole stack. A lot of DC stuff and some of the nicer stuff, some Silverage DC. So it was marked $10. We got all these books pretty much for $5. Venture Comics 368, World's Finest 191, The Atom, Spectre, and along with this stack, also got one of the cooler things that I found in recent memory. It's a Mad World original motion picture score record, and I checked the record out. It looks to be in decent condition. I wouldn't say that it's in perfect shape, but super cool. I mean, I'd never seen this before, this particular record, and you could just see how the artwork kind of it gets everything involved in the movie. I haven't even checked this whole thing out myself, honestly. It's super cool. Even got the Stooges up there. Yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. Maybe in my top 10 favorite comedies. Actually, not maybe. It probably is my top 10 favorite comedies. A lot of people, I mean, just you could tell the guy in general just a lot of people see me being 23 years old. They ask me, do you know what that is? Have you ever seen that movie before? And it's like, yes, man, of course. It's like one of the greatest movies of all time. It's one of the greatest casts ever assembled on a motion picture. Yeah, so it's super cool. I'm appreciative of stuff like this. This is kind of it's a personal collection thing. It's one of the few things I bought today that are that it's a personal keeper. So really stoked to see that. You don't see stuff like that too often, in my opinion. So we were at this guy's table. I don't know if I got too much footage of it the first time around, but he had both these books marked at $5 a piece. Werewolf by Night 38, Tomb of Dracula 48, and they're both in rough shape. So we walked past it, we left them, did another lap around the show, ended up buying them, as you can see, along with sports cards. So the story with these is they were marked $5 a piece. I told the guy, look, I'm gonna buy the sports cards, but if you could do $6 for the two of them, $3 a piece, I would do that because of their condition. And he accepted, so I got those for a pretty good price. Then I got an Alvin Kamara rated rookie optic blue. I wasn't a big fan that all the most of the cards that they had were CSG. I would prefer PSA cards any day of the week. I probably would have maybe even considered buying more if they were all PSA. But CSG cards, for what it is, I'm not too familiar with the different grading companies and what it all means or anything like that. It's just I would rather PSA cards. But Alvin Kamara's stock is down right now, but irregardless of whether his stock is up or down, he's one of my favorite players. He's probably my favorite running back in the league, and this card for $20 is well worth it. Whether I'm going to flip it or whether I'm going to keep it. And then here's a guy whose stock I also believe is down, Patrick Mahomes. I think a lot of people, not that they forgot about Pat Mahomes, but I don't think he's commanding the same kind of respect that he was commanding a couple years ago. So got this card, $35. Once again, it's in a CSG9. The guy had a lot of Justin Herbert cards too. Nothing that really stuck out to me as spectacular. I have a Justin Herbert card myself. So I wanted to get something that I didn't have, so I got Mahomes. And so, I mean, if anything, this is just kind of, these cards are kind of buy and holds. Kamara that's just maybe a personal keeper. Mahomes, I'm going to look to move him at some point, but not right now. I mean, I'm going to wait for him to kind of come back around and assert his dominance on the league. And let's see what else. We also got, from supporters of the channel, Outer Rim Collectibles, I believe is their handle. I'm going to tag them in the video just so nobody gets confused. They messaged me in advance off of Instagram, which, by the way, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I would suggest you do that because it's the best way to get in contact with me easily. You can contact me through email, you can contact me through the comment section, but the best and easiest way to contact me is through my Instagram, and it's linked down in the description below. It's basically the same thing as my YouTube name. It's CGL_NJ Collectibles, so New Jersey Collectibles. And so they were selling a bunch of action figures. They were the only booth that was all exclusively action figures at a comic show, so that was really cool. I saw this Venom unpunched for $12, and really like this line of toys. Like, I just love looking at them. I do have a couple, like the Iron Man and a couple others. So obviously not looking to reflip this. I'm just going to hold on to it for a little bit and enjoy the fact that I have it. I wanted to give the guys some business because they're good supporters of the channel. So thanks for hooking me up with that. And then finally, the last purchase of the day, the big book, the one that I had on my mind since I saw it. Amazing Spider-Man 29, Never Step on a Scorpion. Super cool. I'll give you guys a quick look at what it looks like if you haven't seen it in the video. It's not great, it's rough. The kid that was selling it, he was seemed like a pretty fair grader. He had it kind of between a 2.0 and a 3.0, and quite honestly, I think it's leaning more towards the 2.0 side than a 3.0, so I would look at it more as, maybe a 1.8 to a 2.5. That's how I was trying to buy it. I wasn't trying to pay a 3.0 price for it. I was looking at what they were going for in 1.8s and kind of judging my offer around that, because I just thought that it was, it's got some wear on it, and it's got some good parts to it too. I mean, one thing that I love about this book, I'm just giving it a once over just to double check. I don't see like any writing on the cover, which I love that. There's no writing. Like, a little kid back in the day didn't scribble anything on this book. Nobody signed their name to it, so I love that it's not written at all. A lot of the wear is coming, in the corners, especially along the spine. The picture is really nice, so I love that. I think it's a really good book. I was able to open it, check it out. All the pages are intact, nothing's falling out, and everything looked really, really good on the inside. The back looks just as good, better than the front. So yeah, I mean, maybe a 2.0, 2.5. I think 3.0 is stretching, but he had it marked at 115, and when I looked at it the first time, he said, you know, I know I'm a little high on it, and quite honestly, 115 is right around what the book's going for. So it's not like he was over the top on it. 115 is actually a pretty decent price, and you guys know me, you know, I don't want to really pay a decent. I don't want to pay, you know, what it's going for. I want to try to get it at a little bit of a discount, just a little something to make it worthwhile for me to get the book. So I shot him a $90 offer, and right away he accepted it. So super stoked that we were able to come to an agreement on that price. I'm going to say that this is probably the oldest Spider-Man book featured on this channel, so that's super cool. And we just bought a Silverage Spider-Man book last weekend when we went to the store in Hazlitt. So, you know, I mean, hey, maybe these Spider-Man books are kind of coming back down to earth a little bit. I still run into vendors. We still run into vendors all the time. The Spider-Man books are way too high. They're way too pricey. They're, you know, this book would have been a $150 or $200 book on somebody else's wall, and I wouldn't even have looked at it. Wouldn't even have considered looking at it. But after I asked, you know, I heard the kid talking, and I asked him his price on the Avengers book, first appearance of Rogue, and it was pretty decently priced. So I was like, you know what, let me see what he wants on the Spider-Man book. And once again, he was pretty decently priced. It wasn't outrageous, and he was willing to come down off of it. So super, super cool. One thing I've noticed, I know you guys probably haven't noticed it from your perspective of the video. It's kind of harder for me to encapsulate this, but the different types of vendors at these shows in particular, not like the flea market, because remember guys, I'm kind of a flea market guy. At my heart, I'm a flea market guy. I don't really go to too many comic book stores. I haven't gone to too many comic book shows until recently. At my heart, I'm a flea market guy, so I'm pretty used to the flea market vendors and kind of how they operate. But the shows is a little bit of a different animal, and you know what? You really run into a bunch of different kinds of guys. It's not all the same. People ask me all the time, you know, how do you find deals? How do you do this? How do you do that? And quite honestly, I don't find the deals. The deals find me. I mean, it depends on which way you look at it, because, you know, one thing is I go to comic book shows, and right away when you go to a comic book show, you can't really expect that you're going to get a quote-unquote deal. You know, you're not going to go to a show and find like really good books at really good prices like you might at a flea market. At the same time, you're getting a lot more better quality. You're finding nice books like this. You're not really going to find this kind of a book, a Spider-Man 129, Spider-Man 29, or 129 for that matter, at a flea market. You know, you're just not going to see something like that. So you go to the show knowing that you're going to pay more, but you're going to get more. But then you got to find the right dealer, and you know what? He's not going to present himself to you just out in the open. You got to kind of have to ask around, and you have to kind of see. You got to get a scope. Ask for different prices. Ask for one guy's price. If two guys have the same book, you know, ask them each what they're looking at for the prices. You might find one guy is just dramatically overpriced, and one guy might be have a really good value book. So you got to ask around. You have to do a little bit of work and just get a feel for the buyer. But you know, you might show up to a show and there might not be anybody giving you good deals. So all the work that you do, it might not pay off at all. But you could go to a show and you might find lots of people that are giving away good deals. So this kid here, I mean, Evan, really awesome that he was able to accept my offer on this. Made me want to go back and buy from him again next time we see him. So hopefully that won't be long. That's different than other guys that, you know, you're going through their books and right away, you know, you're scrolling through their books and you look at their prices and they're already marked, you know, 150% of what they should be. So, you know, a $100 book they're asking $150 for, or a $50 book they're asking $75 for. That right away makes it like, you know, even if I negotiate the price down, I'm still not getting a good deal. But if you go through a guy and he's got a $100 book and he has it marked at 90 or he has it marked at 100, you can come down a little bit off of that, and if he wants to work with you and come down a little bit off of that, you can end up getting some pretty good deals just as far as bang for your buck, you know. Like I said, the flea markets don't compare to the shows in terms of quality. You can't find really nice books at flea markets consistently. You can find good books. You can go through $5 bins, even $10 bins, and find some good books. You might even be lucky and find some decent Silverage. But the shows is definitely where it's at for buying better quality books for anybody interested. If you haven't been to a show recently, you definitely got to go and check it out. There's no doubt that it's worth the trip, and you know, if you don't go, it's like one of those things. If you don't put your name in the hat, you're not going to win anything. And if you don't try to go to a show and you don't try to negotiate for a decent price, you're not going to get it. So you have to put in a little bit of work on that end, but you also have to find a seller that's willing to work with you. Otherwise, you know, you're going to end up in between a rock and a hard place as far as overpriced book and seller that doesn't want to negotiate or come down. And that doesn't work for anybody. That certainly doesn't work for me. I would avoid sellers that do anything like that. So super stoked. I mean, the RAH-C0N, for it being a small show, we got a lot of stuff, and we bought from a lot of different people. So everybody had books that were up for sale, and everybody had decent prices and really good stuff. So overall, really good experience. And yeah, that's pretty much a wrap on this video. So thank you guys for watching. We will be at the New Jersey Meadowlands Flea Market Saturday, July 30th, selling. Not sure if it's going to be our last time, but it might be. So I don't know. You know, if you haven't gone, now's the weekend to go. I would, if the weather's good, barring weather, of course. If the weather's good, we'll be there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.